Good morning, Joy in the Morning family. So, I was going through my videos and I happened to notice that I didn't really do a June recap in my faith planner. And I'm sure for those of you who follow me for planning content, you probably wondered why. And I just wanted to talk about how heavy the month of June was for me. So, if you may not know, my father passed in August of 2026, at the end of August, followed by my uncle passing on Valentine's Day this year in 2026. And my apologies if I said my dad passed August 2026, he actually passed August 2025. This time is flying by. Um, and then my uncle passed on Valentine's Day of this year, and then my father-in-law passed May 20th of 2026. And so this Father's Day was the very first Father's Day that my husband and I experienced without our fathers, and the weight of grief was heavy. And it still is to an extent. It was so heavy that it felt like it was smothering. And I was in my word, and trying to be consistent with all of the tasks that I set for myself as far as spending time with God. But it was so difficult, honestly, um, to be consistent. It every day brought a new form of sadness. And so I really had to get back into the Word. And what really helped me was Matthew 5 and 4. And so we know in Matthew 5 and 4, the Word says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." And I've heard this preached from so many different stances, right? Mourning not always in the sense of human grief, but also in the sense of mourning over personal sin or mourning over the world's brokenness. But in June, it really hit me in a literal interpretation of mourning over the loss of a loved one. And just truly thinking about how are we blessed when experiencing grief. And then it just hit me, right? We're blessed because, one, we know that if our loved ones know God or knew God, that they went on to glory to be at home with their Heavenly Father, right? They've reached that promised land that we are all striving for. And also because we can take comfort in knowing that though they are not here, that God is still here with us, right? We get comfort in His presence. Jesus is the great comforter. And so, though it might have been a super heavy month, God never left me, right? My Heavenly Father was still there with me. It also kind of reminded me of Hebrews, right? So in Hebrews 13 and 5, where He tells us He will never leave us or forsake us. And even in times of grief, even in times of sorrow, He is right there in the midst. And we just have to call on Him. So I just want to encourage you, if you are experiencing loss, the loss of a loved one, and you have just been in this difficult season where it seems like death is piling one on top of another, right? And it just seems like you can never come up for air, right? To surface above water. Know that God is in your midst, and that He has not left you. He is not forsaking you, and He still wants the best for you. All right. I hope that this has helped. Please dive into the Sermon on the Mount. There are some some beautiful words of comfort and wisdom that is in the Sermon on the Mount. And if you don't know the context, I'll be more than happy to dive into that in another video. But I pray that you are blessed and that you just experience the fullness of joy that God has for you. All right. I hope you have an amazing Friday, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.